Hello, this is Jim with DC Digital. Today I'm demonstrating one of our older systems that our company originally designed, and we have a customer that has purchased it and just wanted to show some of the newer features that we've incorporated into this system. It does contain a 4-wire master, which is a DC-106N-4 and the N stands for network, so it automatically DHCP the network. Once you turn the power on, it comes up, the IP address comes up, lets you know that it's connected by getting the time of day, the correct time of day from your server, and that's all web page driven. So you can get into your network and see this on a web page, Google, Firefox, or Yahoo, but it's a web page driven master clock, and you can make your adjustments if you want to make it static IP, and then also what server you want it to point to get the time of day, also time zones, and that sort of thing. So requires 24 volts, obviously a RJ45 connection to your network, Ethernet. And then out the back we have this cable which is sending data 9600 baud 8N1 to what we call our PS24BD. And it's obviously been upgraded since we first came out with it, and has a power supply. The power supply is 25 amp power supply. It is UL rated. It is short circuit or over current, over voltage protected. 24 volts output, and it's feeding, as you can see, the circuit board we have the top off the power supply, and it's feeding the circuit board the power 24 volts, which your secondary clocks, this is a DC-106N-4W, which is a 2-wire secondary. As you can see, all you need is 2 wires, so you get the power and the data coming over the 2 wires. The power supply will run 75 of the DC-25s and approximately 50 of your 40s, DC-40s, so on and so forth. The 60s and the 80s, it will also power, but a less number of units. The data coming out of the master is just 2 wires, and you can install up to 1,000 feet. It's what we recommend. It's been tested for a lot longer, but we recommend 1,000 feet, 22 gauge. And then the cabling coming out of the output to the clocks that's going to be throughout your building is 12 gauge. That's what we recommend. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be twisted, but twisted. And then the connections are just wire nut connections. It's all low voltage, as you can see. The idea is to utilize the least amount of wiring so you don't have to pull as much, and the expense, so to lower the expense. And the simplicity of it is what is the claim to fame. You can pigtail these wires, that you can branch them off. We have a tremendous amount of locations that uses it, still in use from our original system. We still have original systems out there. The power supply just requires 120 volts and a normal 15 amp outlet. And as you can see, the synchronization of the two is spot on. This synchronizes the secondaries once every 10 seconds, and you can see that through the LEDs. The red LED flashes first, and then the yellow LED indicates that it's been sent out. So a red means we've got data. A yellow means we're resending it back out to the protocol, which is 1158 8N1 to the secondaries. And we slow down the 9600 baud. That gives us more traveling distances and more peripheral devices, more of these secondary devices that allows the integrity of the data to be more intact. I'm going to go ahead and show you the master, how it powers up, and that will come on to show the IP address. As you can see, it runs through the check of the LEDs quickly, and as you can see, that it's not linked up yet to the network, but it did send the timeout. And as you can see that it will at 10 seconds here send out the time of day, and then the secondary is correct. Polarity is essential on the secondaries. If you get the polarity reversed, the secondary clocks will still run, but they will not correct. And then the polarity of your data wire, your 2 wires on that, is also critical. If you do not get that correct, you will get the red light, but you will not get the yellow light, the LED, on your PS24BD. They will hang onto the master. Just has 2 tabs on the back here for mounting on your wall, But the 25s, DC-25s, and the 40s all have a pattern on the back that will mount to a 4 square or handy box. And also we have adapter plates for these that will go into older analog clock systems. So the plate would fill the hole for the analog clock and cover that, and then give you a nice streamlined, cosmetically more pleasing look with the black encasement, black aluminum case. So again, this is Jim with DC Digital, and I'm demonstrating the 2-wire master secondary clock system. Thank you.